He's like trying to figure out how to go forward.
You got it?
He said, why they got this thing stuck in reverse? This thing need new transmission.
Because he's learning how to like push back. So every time he like stands up on his legs, it's a back motion that happens. Yeah, see there? But he hadn't figured out, okay, I need to push these like forward.
Benjamin said, what's this piece of junk with this locked up transmission? I ain't got no forward gears.
But now he wants to get the door tighter, even though it's closing properly, to keep gnats and flies and things that will eke under the door and come in out. He's rigging something up or fixing something that needs to be fixed is like what I like to say. And then the boys are out here playing. They're just enjoying themselves. So we're having a wonderful day. And why not add some apple pie to it, right, Benjamin? Nope. Nope. He's like, I can't eat any apple pie. For the apple pie filling, I'm going to use 8 apples. The original recipe that I looked at called for 7 large apples, so I just threw in 1 extra. But when I made this pie before, I was running short on apples, and I only used 3, and it still was really good, and it worked. All right, y'all, I do have just one more thing to show y'all before getting the crust started. I kinda made these quiches because I just wanted to work more with the different pie crusts, and plus it's really good for a brunch meal. So I'm gonna take these out because they're ready. Then I'll get to making the pie. I.A.G Farms, it's all about God. I am going to bring you along today just to see what's cooking in our I.A.G kitchen, and we have some fabulous things going on. I'm actually going to make an apple pie. This is only my 2nd time making an apple pie. I've only made pie at all a couple of times before, but I've been experimenting with different pie crusts. So I found this all butter pie crust that I really like, and I just want to show it to y'all. And it's simple, so you know that I like simple recipes with simple ingredients. So let me show you what's in this pie crust. This is why I absolutely love this pie crust. The ingredients are all-purpose flour, butter, sugar, and ice water, and that's it. Now, the original recipe actually called for unsalted butter, and it added a little bit of salt. So I already had salted butter, and I just decided, okay, I'll use my salted butter and I won't add any salt. So that's that will be a little bit different from the original recipe. And also, the original recipe called for 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. I'm only going to use 1 stick, which I tried before and it worked really well. So not only am I cutting down on the amount of butter, but the pie crust turned out great. So that's the recipe. You're going to use 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 stick of butter, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and around 1/2 cup of ice water. So the way you do the water, you just use it until the pie crust gets to the right consistency. So around 1/2 cup is right. I actually made this recipe with 2 sticks of butter before, and I had to use just a little bit more ice water. But the first time I made it, it was right at 1/2 cup. So we'll see how much we need to use this time. That's it. That is why I love this recipe. It's very simple. Those 4 simple ingredients, most of you probably already have those ingredients on hand for the pie crust. So let's get to making this crust. All right, y'all, I do have just one more thing to show y'all before getting the crust started. I kinda made these quiches is I just wanted to work more with the different pie crusts, and plus it's really good for a brunch meal. So I'm gonna take these out because they're ready. Then I'll get to making the pie.
this evening when I heard music echo through the night. The same old songs that I heard the night before. So I started running so I wouldn't be too late. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. When I got close, my heart was pumping to the beat that was blasting through the night. And on the street, the crowd was jumping, singing songs and dancing through the night. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. I can't believe we're dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning up in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet while we're dancing in the street in the neon light. I let the music on repeat all through the night.
And that is it, y'all. I have a perfectly formed ball of dough. And I'm going to actually refrigerate this while I serve us brunch. And it'll just be cooling down. That way it'll be easier to work with. And basically, then I will get it out the freezer, roll it out once I make the apples that'll go inside. But that's what it should look like. It just should be formed together as a ball. And I think that's perfect because I'll add just a little bit of flour when I roll it out. I don't like to add too much flour while I'm baking because it gives, it's just, you don't want it too stiff. You still want it to be flaky and buttery, and I'm cutting off on the butter a little bit, so I just don't want that floury taste. So even though I'll be rolling it out, I'll use as little flour as possible. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my beautiful quiches served up. This is actually just egg and sausage that I browned. It was beef sausage, and I used the exact same recipe for the crust. Benjamin's in the background cutting up. I used the exact same recipe. Let me see.
It's funny to make all that crazy noise.
Right.
He's trying to figure out how to walk this way. Because so far in his walk, all he knew is bag up. And so I'm holding my hand like this right here. Come on, man. So he's trying to figure out how to go forward.
You got it?
I said, why they got this thing stuck in reverse? This thing need new transmission.
Because he's learning how to like push back. So every time he like stands up on his legs, it's a back motion that happens. Yeah, see there? But he hadn't figured out, okay, I need to push these like forward.
Benjamin said, what's this piece of junk with this locked up transmission? I ain't got no forward gears. All he got is reverse. That's right.
Yeah, the boys are just kind of chilling and enjoying these beautiful blankets. They were taking a nap one day, and they actually noticed that their names were all of our names are scrolled in the detail on the blanket. And so it's so cool, just the workmanship that went into that blanket. It's amazing, like the little things. And really that's like what we have like based our life on, like the little details that people don't notice. Like you look at it and say, oh, that's a nice blanket. It's the little details that nobody notices that have helped us to be able to like thrive. You know, those little, you were just talking about this morning how like grinding little by little, not getting paid, just doing the things the Lord told you to do, got you to where you are. So when I was telling you about those blankets this morning, like I was like, oh wow, you know, those little details that nobody notices.
That's what makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I like to say is greatness is a lot of small things done well. You would think that greatness is a lot of big things done well.
Yeah, that's
but
what I would think.
Those small things become big things when you do them consistently, and they build disciplines and character and virtue and all those things that you need to be at the top. Because if you don't develop those things at the bottom, you're gonna be at the top, and it's like somebody with a body that's not proportionate. You know,
Yeah.
weak legs but strong arms don't mean anything. You know, we gotta be, going through all the proper steps to reach full strength.
So true. So I'm gonna get this crust in the freezer and go ahead and serve up these quiches, and then I will make the apple filling a little bit later. Alright, boys, I'm coming to serve yours. This filling looks amazing. That turned out really, really well. However, my dough is still pretty frozen. So I'm going to let it sit out on the counter a little bit longer. I split it in half because half I will use for the bottom crust, the other half for the top crust. So in the future, if I'm going to leave the pie for a long time, which I didn't know when I was going to get back to it, I'll put it in the refrigerator just because I would rather be working with it right now. But I have dinner going here. I have a roast in the oven. So I will go ahead and make the egg noodles and gravy that are going to go with that roast and some green beans. Looks good, doesn't it? Hopefully by the time I'm done making dinner, my pie crust will be ready to go.
To walk 1,000 good miles. laugh, we found it harder and harder to slow down. 'Cause we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown. 1,000 good miles. The years have come and gone, but we're right where we feel we belong. And anyone else would have turned back by now. But we said
I've got some frozen green beans going, one for us and one for Benjamin. He's going to have green beans as his second food. He's been doing really well with the baby oat cereal, so we're going to now try green beans. And his don't have any seasoning and ours have seasoning, so that's why I'm making them separately, but I'll cook those down. I'll cook his a little bit more, and then I'll go ahead and puree his so that he has pureed green beans. Also, I've checked on the dough and it is perfect and ready to roll out. So I'll let these green beans cook and I'll go ahead and roll out our pie dough and begin to make our pie. have my apple pie out of the oven. Yes! I actually made another pie because I felt like I just had too much filling. I used a pretty shallow, small pie dish. So I went ahead and made another pie crust. And now I have another pie in the oven, and I'm sure the boys won't be upset about that. So that pie is continuing to bake. I'm going to let this pie cool, and then I'll cut it up and serve everyone a slice. We've successfully made the apple pie. It looks delicious, and I'm gonna serve everybody a slice, and they'll let me know what they think. It doesn't matter. They'll just come on in. All right, y'all. Here are your forks. Here you go. There you go. See, you already had half yours without a fork.
When you eat a piece, it just tastes so
Is
good.
it good?
You have to keep eating it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You like it? What do you think, Tim? Good. Good. Perfect. All right, Noah, tell me what you think. Good? All right, Bench. You're not eating apple pie, but you're doing good? That's right. Everyone is enjoying the apple pie, and I'm going to feed Benjamin in a bit, and he'll enjoy his meal as well. So we're just going to call it right here for today. It's I.A.G Farms. We will see y'all on the next one.